Okay, oh my fucking god. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, mark. Hello, everybody. Howie! We're keeping that in. We're keeping that in. Welcome to our podcast where Howie thinks we're still trying to sync the audio up.
Which we do with the sophisticated clap at technology. Necro counts to 3 and then we clap. But because of latency, because I'm on the other side of the goddamn planet, I hear like me clap and then like a second later I hear 2 other claps. I'm like,
Yep. Okay, so
I've never felt more like a Pavlovian dog where I just heard 3, 2, 1 and I clap.
It's like, yes, time to clap. But Necro counts 3, that means I clap.
We're starting off great. I'm Necroxis, joined by Don and Howie. Hi.
What's up? This episode has been a true ball to get together. So I'm like,
I'm sorry that we thought about 2 days ago.
And Necro's like, yeah, sure, let's do it. So I start a Skype call, and Necro's just nowhere to be fucking seen.
You didn't say right now. You said let's do it, and I just assumed because we never do that. We never say let's do it, and we do a thing immediately.
Well, we should.
It's always like a figure out when we're going to do it.
Me and Howie were ready, and then Howie's like, actually, my dinner is here. So then we left.
I went to actually make dinner. That's where I went.
And then Necro comes like, he's like, oh, sorry guys, I didn't think you meant let's do it today. I thought in a week, sometime this week. And I'm like, okay, this time tomorrow, but 2 hours earlier. And then I passed out because I've kept this quiet. I kept this to myself. I've had a really major surgery last week. So I'm on all. Yeah, I had I've had a big chunk of infected tissue removed from my lower back. Because I 3 years ago I had an ingrown hair that got infected and I had surgery to remove that and it didn't quite heal, so it got reinfected. And I had surgery. I've got 25 external stitches in my back right now, and God knows how many internal. So
have you been off work? Is that why I've been seeing you on WoW in the mid-afternoon?
Yes.
Okay. I was just going to ask you about that before we started recording. But
also Operation Leveling in the Alliance. I'm in. I just left the boring tundra. I'm in.
Holy shit!
Fucking Alliance Rogue. I'm finally doing it.
Wait, are you on our server?
Yes.
On our server. Oh, okay.
Because I figured I needed some money for the server for when Demon Hunters are ready, so I thought I'd level.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's true enough. Alright, so, Howie, anything the news with you? Don had major surgery that we just found out about.
I got more news.
Oh, okay.
I'll take Howie's news slot. If you haven't already been watching, I've got Shadowrun, but tomorrow I get early access to Source Coast Legends, which is something I've mentioned a few times. I think I get that for a week, and then I've got to wait a week before I can play more of it. But I'll definitely play around with that, and there'll be videos. And then, by the time I finish that, we'll have Starcraft. So, to Matthew's channel for all of the playthroughs.
That'll be in the comments, but I was going to say, Don, you do realize that at the end of every episode, I give you time to plug your stuff.
Yeah, I like to
always do it in the middle at the beginning.
No, because YouTube viewer retention, right? People watch start videos, and they're like, oh, I'm going to go get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then they never come back, so they don't catch the end plugs. So I put my plugs at the start.
Do they just leave the video streaming but leave their computer?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And then they get kidnapped while trying to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, so they never return.
Yes.
Because the authorities thought it was a bomb.
So this is why I put all my shit in a fucking playlist, so if that happens, it'll just go to the next video. So I still get the views.
Yeah, so watch Dun stuff. Link to his channel will be in the description below. So that's good. Alright, Howie, did you actually have anything to say?
I wanted to.
Besides that, I got you Kingdom Hearts. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, playing Kingdom Hearts, and it's your fault.
Yeah.
Because your stupid playthrough, and I'm like, he's doing it all wrong, so I needed to do it for myself.
What? This is the first I've heard of this. What have I done wrong? Explain yourself right now.
You metagame too hard. It's not, you're doing it too well. And that's not the right way to do Kingdom Hearts.
What? Yeah, I flat out said I don't want to wander around Wonderland for fucking 6 hours.
If you want the true nostalgic experience, it's wandering around Kingdom Hearts not knowing what the fuck to do.
But I play it so much I do know what to do.
Leveled for everything.
No,
that's the true Kingdom Hearts experience that I had as a child.
Nice. That's good.
So I will maintain doing that. I've never gotten a guide for Kingdom Hearts. I loosely have been using your videos, which is, I guess, good enough. But
I'm not that far through it, so
yeah, I know.
You'll probably catch up to me right when you start playing.
Yeah. No, I haven't passed you yet, but I'm close. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. And I'm also playing my Vita, which is getting more mileage than I ever thought it would. So.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I'm currently playing Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair.
All I heard was dong.
That was a lot of words, and I didn't understand any of them. What is
Danganronpa? Or as they say it, Danganronpa is how they say it every time you load the game.
What kind of game is it?
It is a visual novel / Phoenix Wright mix.
Oh.
And basically you have like 14 high school students, sometimes 15, sometimes 16, depending on story's plot. But, and they're trapped, and this time, the first time they're in a school, this time they're on an island. But basically they're the ultimates of their field, whatever that field may be, whether it's traditional dancing or coaching or being lucky. And they are told that the only way they can leave...
hang on, sorry, they're the ultimate sexy dancers, sex coaches, and ultimate in getting lucky. No, I'm still hung up on it being called Dong something. Sorry.
It's Dangan, like Danganronpa. But basically they get kidnapped there, and the only way they can leave is by successfully killing another student and getting away with it.
So what? Is this like...
What the fuck?
Battle Royale?
Japan!
Yeah, kind of.
Fucking, what... Again, Japan. Enough.
It's so good, and they curse so much. It's amazing. My Vita just spews out cuss words all the time.
Howie, you need to watch Panty and Stocking.
I have watched Panty and Stocking.
You need to watch it again.
What the fuck is all of these things that people are... I don't understand any... What is this?
Dude, I will introduce you. There's an anime on it called Danganronpa. It's not too good. It's not as good as the game, but it kind of gets the point across.
No, I want to hear what Dylan was talking about panty stockings or whatever the fuck you just said.
Panty and Stocking.
It's like,
It's Japan's anime of making fun of American culture.
It's kind of like the Powerpuff Girls, but they're like fallen angels who are demon hunters. One of them bangs everything, and the other one eats cake all the time.
And there's a priest that looks like Samuel L. Jackson.
His name is Garter Belt.
I've got to watch it now. Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt is what I googled.
Yes,
I found it.
Yep, that's it.
Right.
I think, honestly, if you can watch the dub...
Garter Belt's voiced by Chris Sabat. Good, gotta watch it now. In the dub.
It's one of those where the dub is actually better than the...
Oh yeah, it is, but... Anyway,
some
yeah, but that's what I've been doing.
Language in that shit.
Playing that.
Well...
And, that's about it.
Cool. So, that was the first 10 minutes of that nonsense. We're gonna talk about Starcraft today.
Yeah.
We'll have a day where we should talk about weird anime, and I'll describe anime to you, and you'll tell me what you think.
Before we go into that, Pokémon Go, we've all seen that, right?
Oh, I want it to be at half as good. If it's at least half as good as the trailer,
you know what? I'm upset. I've got a Windows phone.
Oh yeah, is it just for iPhone?
No, it's iPhone and Android.
And Google Play.
Oh, I have Android. Then cool.
I do not. I could probably get an Android emulator on my Windows phone. Especially when I get my Windows 10 fucking upgrade.
No, don't. Why would you do that? Don't do that.
For the phone.
Oh, for the phone? I don't know. For the computer.
I'm not eligible on the computer. I've got Windows 7 Enterprise, which is the business package.
Well, this is what I've learned over the last couple of weeks. I have Windows 7 Home, and they've been secretly downloading Windows 10 files onto my computer until I found it and told them to cut that shit out.
So stop it.
But anyone who has that, you might want to Google how to figure that out, because it's entirely possible one day you'll wake up and Windows 10 will be what you have to use, because that's what people are reporting.
So that'd be fucking upsetting.
Thanks.
It's like,
Thanks.
my technology has got more advanced.
Well, no, the problem is it breaks all of the shit that you have.
Yeah, but Necro, don't you realise that the children of the future won't have to remember passwords because I can unlock their computer with a smile? Do they not have that promotional advertisement over there? Or?
I've never heard
never seen that before. Thinking I don't watch much TV.
I don't either, and I haven't seen it. Pokemon Go. That sounds cool, though. Although I did feel, as a longtime Pokemon fan, there was something wrong about the end of that trailer where like 1 million people were watching Mewtwo get fucking dominated by 1 million Pokemon. I was like, this does not feel right.
That's what happened in the first movie.
No, they didn't. No, it didn't. What?
But in reverse. It was Mewtwo just kicking the shit out of.
Oh yeah, because he's
all the
Mewtwo.
Pokemon.
Of course. It was like I felt like watching like a brutal robbery, and I was like, oh my god.
You know what annoyed me? The ad sort of indicated that everyone caught the Mewtwo, and that annoys me. I think one person should catch the Mewtwo, whoever had the highest DPS for that event.
That sounds terrible. That sounds like a terrible idea, though.
And then like that kid needs to run from the place because people are going to beat him or take his phone.
People will beat the shit out of the real person to get the phone. Good. Okay. Pokemon Go.
Starcraft.
It's cool. Starcraft
Go.
Legacy of the Void. They just released the introductions. It was the introduction cinematic, right? Did they say that for sure?
Yes, it was on the release date.
Okay, we got a release date, November 10th. Under 2 months at this point, which is pretty cool. They before they announced the release date, they did tell you it would be either late 2015 or early 2016. So I'm actually kind of surprised how early it is, and I'm happy about it. But
that's cool. So we got
November 10th. Where have I heard that before?
Oh, it's when Fallout 4 comes out. It's also when what else comes out that day? Something else, Tomb Raider or something like that.
Oh man, new Tomb Raider.
I think it's Tomb Raider. But whatever it is.
Like I said, something not as important.
I am Lara Croft.
Blizzard, in typical fashion, is like, hey, a big game is coming out. Let's release one of ours on the same day. Yeah!
In that case, I'm sorry that one dude who commented on one of my videos saying, hey, Dun, really like your series. Are you planning on doing Fallout 4? It's like, yeah, I'll probably do Fallout 4. Starcraft first.
Yeah, Rise of the Tomb Raider, November 10th, 2015.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry,
Lara
Fallout
Croft.
4, but it's gonna go Legacy of the Void, then Lara Croft, then Fallout 4.
Well,
here's my logic.
Me...
I can finish Tomb Raider first. I can finish Tomb Raider probably within 20 hours, if not less. Fallout 4 is gonna be
I thought you were one of my friends who didn't like Fallout. Was that you? I thought that was you. I
didn't like New Vegas.
I remember Dunn saying that, but I knew somebody who was like, I don't like Fallout at all. Maybe it was somebody else.
Well,
Probably
I'm not going to say I don't like Fallout at all. I understand the appeal of it. It just doesn't speak to me. Same reason Skyrim doesn't speak to me.
It was you then. Okay, cool.
You didn't like Skyrim?
No, I mean I have issues when it comes to really open world games. Where I just wander off in a direction and then I get upset that the direction I wandered off in isn't meant for me.
Here's what you do with like Morrowind, Elder Scroll games. You find the Dark Brotherhood quest hub. You do that, and then that's it.
I did do that. I didn't like it in this game, in Skyrim.
No, it was better in Oblivion.
Yeah.
So, Necro, what I'm predicting you're going to go is Legacy of the Void, and then into the Legion beta.
If that is true.
Okay, yeah.
Well, here, because in my video where I talked about the trailer, I mentioned the assumption that a lot of people, at least I believe it is, Blizzard, because they've been talking about beta for Legions coming out later this year. I think they said later this year. But
that did.
A lot of us have been like, hey, it's in typical Blizzard fashion to be like, welcome to BlizzCon. If you bought a BlizzCon ticket or if you pre-order Legion, you're in the beta.
Pay money. Get that beta.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they haven't done ticket since Cataclysm, I think, was the last time. They're like, if you got a BlizzCon ticket, you got it.
That's true, but then they changed it to, what was MOPS? It was something else. Did you have to pay for that one, or they just...
The year thing.
That
was signed up for the year.
If you pay for a year, you get Diablo 3 for free, and also...
My point is, it's typical Blizzard at this point to pay for something to get into their testing. So, a lot of people think that at BlizzCon they're going to say that, beta starts now, pre-order, or whatever to get into it. So... If I had to, it would definitely be Legion, or not Legion, Legacy of the Void first, because I want to see the end of that story that's like 20 years going. And then it'd be Legion stuff in the middle of Fallout 4, because Fallout is like in my top 5 franchises of all time. So, I'm really excited for that. But yes, November 10th, Blizzard releasing it with a bunch of other games. We also got the trailer, Necro in the future if you want to be cool about it, put the trailer in right now. If not, fucking who cares? But
you have it in your other video. In fact, they should watch your other video.
I know. They should. Yeah, do that. Just do that instead.
Put an annotation.
I'm your
pause this video. Click the annotation. That opens it in a new tab. Watch that one. Don't skip the ad.
Future Necro is not going to put an annotation.
No,
now that I post things on YouTube, I watch more ads. My YouTube etiquette has got better. I'm like, I'm going to watch this guy's ads. because that will give him money.
Yeah, you gave him like half a penny.
But no, shit, son.
Less than that.
One sec, let me go.
Okay, well, while Dunn looks up whatever he's looking up, there's cards now on YouTube which like pops up real quick, so I'll probably do that. Anyway,
18 cents.
Is that what you've made so far, Dunn?
Yeah, I like check it every day. I'm getting about a penny a day. So
Welcome
when
to
I get
the
my
big
first
league.
dollar, I'm gonna call YouTube and I find a number for YouTube headquarters and go, "Hello, I'd like you to send me my first dollar, please."
Nope, doesn't work like that.
Send me my. I'm gonna make the call.
For Google, I believe you have to get to $50 threshold before they'll give you any money. But if you join a other place, it's lower. Like Maker gives me that every $25. But
anyway, Starcraft.
Holy
Like,
shit,
hello, YouTube.
Starcraft.
I'd like my first dollar, please. I'd like to frame it.
So I've already given my thoughts on the trailer. Would you guys like to just talk about what you thought about the? That's not a trailer. It's a cinematic.
Yeah, sure. I'll go. I probably have less
After
to say
you,
than
Howie,
done.
because I always go first.
Yeah, I will say for this trailer that I've always enjoyed playing the Protoss and multiplayer. However, I now have heart. I see the heart behind Protoss. I see the reason why it's so cool to be Protoss. Because
You mean
they
mass
are
carriers
badass.
wasn't reason enough to go Protoss?
No, but now they are badass. Even each one, I will give them little names, and I will say for ire more, and they made me want to be a Protoss so bad. I'm like, these guys are badasses. And so it gave me a new appreciation. That's what I will say. It mainly did. It made me excited to be a Protoss. I'm like, I'm so ready for this. Let me be a badass. It's about time.
It only took them 18 years before you finally got to see what Protoss and why they were awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I always knew that they were kind of awesome, but now I'm like, this is why they're awesome. I get to see their badassness. So, yeah, that was exciting. Just, I mean, the humans, I think it goes now, Protoss are cool, then Zerg, then humans.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, humans are kind of boring. They're just like,
There's
Zerg are like, rah, 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 and Protoss are like, we're badasses.
There's like my boss at work plays Starcraft, and like when Legacy of the Void comes out, we should play Starcraft. He's all like, "What do you play as?" I'm like, "Protoss." He's like, "Oh, scum." I'm like, well, like I typically I'm like, "Jamie, you play Zerg, don't you?" He's like, "Yeah, I play Zerg." I'm like, "How did I know?" Some BM from fucking my boss calling me a scumbag every day. I walk into work, I'm like, "Alright, Jamie, how you doing?" He's like, "Fucking Protoss scum. You should learn to play real race."
I will say Terran's got less interesting story-wise for me when Menks died, because I think Menks was an awesome villain. But now that he's gone, spoiler alert, I guess. Hots has been out for like what 2 years now, so what's
it's fine.
So,
for a second there, I was like, Hots hasn't been out that long.
Hots can either mean one or two depending on the context.
I know. I don't like it.
But now that Menks is dead, I don't know. Valerian's kind of like, I'm the good one, yay! And Jim's like, I'm Jim Raynor. That's his character.
Well, I mean, how much can the humans really contribute to this whole, like, battle that apparently is going to happen? The Zerg obviously are important, and you're playing as Protoss. I honestly think we're barely going to see any human interaction.
I think it'll be on the level of how much Raynor was in Heart of the Swarm. Which was
it will be like how much Protoss were in fucking Wings of Liberty. There'll be a
I don't think
mission.
so, because this is the finale, so they have to at least be a little bit more than that. Otherwise,
well,
I would
it's super long, isn't it? I mean, we'll talk about that later, but
yeah.
Dom, what are your thoughts on the trailer before we get off into how long this might be?
Yeah, let's talking specifically about the trailer.
The cinematic, damn it!
Yeah, the cinematic, sorry.
Whatever.
It annoys me that the probe just he put down the pylon and it's like, oh, I guess we're going to go scout over here. Where the fuck did the probe go?
What was he going to do, go fight the Zerglings?
He could have put down cannons.
There was no pylon yet. He couldn't put anything down. You can't warp in stuff without a pylon.
Also, you were talking about making a black hole.
That's what I thought it was.
On the mothership.
It's true, but I thought there was I don't know, maybe some shenanigans by Blizzard just to be like, this is a cool looking thing in our cinematic. I don't know.
Sort of upset me that Archons explode in the cinematic when they die.
Don't they do that in the game?
No.
They go oh, they don't blow up really large, but I thought that they shook a little bit and then phased out of existence.
Yeah, they phase out of existence. They don't dissolve all matter within a certain vicinity. which was cool in the cinematic. It just upset me that didn't happen in game. But I'm a sucker for fucking Blizzard thingamabobs.
Cinematics.
Like trailers, cinematics, everything. I was like, oh fuck, WoW, I'm not playing WoW, and then Legion cinematics, and I'm like, oh, I better subscribe to WoW, see what's going on. And then, like, I know, just to drop some names, Jesse Cox didn't really care for it, but I like the cinematic. I thought it was very interesting how it captured in-game Protoss mechanics in a cinematic fashion.
Yes.
And dropping like the power overwhelming quote is also pretty good.
That was the icing on the cake for me. Already, like when the two Templars merged, I was already like, this is like the best thing ever. That's how I always feel when Blizzard makes good cinematics when I'm watching them. I'm like, this is the newest best thing I've ever seen. And then they make another one, and I'm like, wow, this is good. This is except for Warlords, I didn't feel that way. But for every other cinematic, they've done good.
Have you noticed?
Never Be Slaves was pretty good looking.
I didn't like it.
Have you noticed, like, most... No, actually, I can't think of a single, like, cinematic or trailer video that Blizzard has put out that didn't have some sort of badass quote in it. Apart from maybe the first Warcraft. World of Warcraft one.
No, wasn't the first one, like, something the world is, like, expanding before? Some stupid shit like that where they were like, it's a whole new world! And that was, like, the end of the trailer. I don't know.
I can't remember that much. I know Burning Crusade has that you are not prepared, and then StarCraft 2 Wings had here. It's a bad damn time, because that was cool. Heart of the Swarm had I Am the Swarm. That was a powerful line. Even the fucking Overwatch one from BlizzCon, was that last year or the year before?
It was last year.
Wasn't that 20? Oh, was it? Yeah.
I can't remember what the quote was, so maybe it's the weakest example.
It was something about heroes. Something can be heroes, new heroes, or something
Blink.
like that.
What's her name? Not Blink. Yeah, no, her name's Blink. The British chick says something like, "Oh, something toodaloo."
Something. Tracer is her name, not Blink.
Tracer.
Yeah,
That's
I was
it.
say first off, her name isn't Blink. So
I don't know.
And I don't think it was something toodaloo. Yeah, something toodaloo. That was the most badass comment in that trailer.
No, but at the time, it got me in the feels.
Okay.
And
I think you
I'm
just
sure
found
Diablo
one. I think
also
you found
has.
the one character who's British, and you're like, yes.
Yes. Yes, one new game for me.
Oh no, the cavalry's here, love. That's what she says.
That's the one. See, that's
Toodaloo.
Oh, done. Thank you for that. What were we talking about? I completely lost off now.
He finished his comments about general
also had cool things
trail
as well.
cinematic.
But I like quotes. Like Warlords of Draenor had a good one as well. I just don't remember what it was.
We will never be slaves.
We will never be slaves.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
But we will be conquerors. No, don't point out how that makes no sense in context.
It makes perfect sense. He won't
what
be a
they
slave.
do in the game.
Okay, he won't
If
be
you're
a
not a
slave.
slave, you're a conqueror.
He will be a
We
conqueror.
won't be slaves. We'll just take slaves.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
Yes.
opposite of being a slave.
Yeah, that's a
Grom's
good goal.
fucking hypocritical douchebag. Anyway,
Look, this
sorry.
isn't the Grom episode. This is the Starcraft episode.
I didn't bring up Warlords, and actually I did. Well, fuck. Okay, go on.
Lol.
Well, no, this is. I want to keep playing Starcraft.
All right. So, any other thoughts about the cinematic? Oh, MVP, the probe, clearly the MVP. Of that
MVP probe.
cinematic.
They better have had another base on that planet, by the way.
I think the idea is because what's going on is they're trying to retake Ire before. Okay, so I guess we can move into like the general
I
story.
guess I can't put units then from just not having a gateway. I guess.
No, my point was they're retaking Ire from Artanis, who's at the Spear of Adun, and I think the implication was they're all warping down from the ship onto the planet.
Yeah. Well, guess what? That's not. I can't do that in game.
How do you know? There's
Maybe
new
you
mechanics for the campaign.
So I don't have to make a gateway anymore. I can just make a pylon and just spawn an army.
I don't know the cinematics, but I guarantee you there probably is some kind of ability in the single player where it's like warp in 4 zealots at a pylon or something like that. Because that sounds like something they would do. It's not overpowered for the single player campaign.
The single power campaign have loads of shit.
Oh yeah,
Loads of cool shit. Single power.
I liked
Also,
how they
that
gave
way-
that one zealot the scar over his face. I think that was cool.
I couldn't tell if that was a scar if his eye was just closed.
No, it was Scar.
Yeah, because his eye was
Maybe
dead.
his eye was closed. He's just like,
He's just he's just fighting with one eye closed. He's that good.
Well, no, he got hurt. He got like some blood in it, so he's like closing it, and he's like, oh, I got something in my eye. I thought that for a hot second.
Well, there you go. All right, so what do we want to talk about next?
Can we talk about how many cinematics they said they were going to be in this game?
Like 30 plus?
Yeah. What?
I think they meant in-game cinematics because there's no fucking way.
Still, what? Like,
yeah.
what is this, fucking Metal Gear Solid 4 levels of, like, I'm going to have to grab some fucking popcorn every chapter to watch these cinematics?
Hey, listen, it's the end of the game. It's the end of the story for this arc. I'm fine with that. I'm good with it.
I know, but what does that mean? Does that mean that this game is, like, 40 hours long? Like, I don't understand.
There's probably, like, a major one after each mission, which is, holy shit, that's a lot.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm just like, what am I about to get into? Like, I'm excited for it, but still, I'm like, that's an intimidating number. I want them to go back and tell me how many cinematics from previous ones. I think that would put it into more of a perspective for me.
I think it's just something like it's only slightly more than it was in HOTS. And I think HOTS
is pretty long, too.
Yeah, and HOTS had a little bit more than Wings of Liberty. So I think they just gradually kept adding more to each one.
Yeah. Whoa. Hold on a second. A second here.
Don't you wub me.
Have you finally found what you were looking for 10 minutes ago?
Oh, no, what I was looking for was how much ad revenue I'd made. But what I have found is... because I've noticed some of the people who have commented on your videos, like, oh, I've never really been that interested in Starcraft, but kind of intrigued. If you go to the Starcraft website now and click on Legacy of the Void, it says Starter Edition, play free. Starter Edition is really a bad name for that because that will give you full access to the arcade and custom matches and a few missions for Wings. Just see if you like it. But like multiplayer wise, you get everything. But you can buy the entire StarCraft 2 saga for $60, and it looks like it has. It comes with Wings, Heart of the Swarm, and a pre-order of Legacy of the Void.
What?
Holy shit!
Oh no, sorry. I've got my price on. I'm on the EU store, so it might be more expensive.
It's probably like $80 or something like that.
Let's check.
There's 3 full campaigns for $60.
No, $59.99 or $99.99 as digital deluxe editions.
Wow, that's an awesome deal.
And that gives you the Legacy of the Void bonuses, the Heart of the Swarm bonuses, and the Wings of Liberty bonuses, including the baby Thor pet for Warcraft.
Nice. I don't see a reason not to do that if you don't have any of the games and you want to start playing. Because I paid $40 just for fucking Legacy of the Void. So.
Well, if you think about it, you have paid $120.
Yep.
For all 3 of the games. That's half the cost.
Yeah.
That is only as digital download though. I know you got yours as boxes, didn't you?
For Wings I did. For Heart of the Swarm I couldn't find it in a box on opening night, so I went home and downloaded it. Because my GameStop, which is one of the reasons I stopped going to mine, was like, we're not doing an event for this. And I was like, alright then, I guess I'll not give you money. Bye.
But yeah, Wings of Liberty, particularly good. Written by Gavin Thorpe. Used to write a lot of Warhammer 40,000 stuff.
Heart of the Swarm, a little more cliche, I'd say. A little more campy.
Hey man, Heart of the Swarms was amazing. He brought Dahaka.
Listen,
character.
I love the StarCraft, but I mean, I'll be the first to admit it's fucking cliched as shit. It's super. It went from since I just finished replaying Brood War after replaying StarCraft. It went from there was a bunch. I think I've said this before. It went from like a bunch of cast of characters who all seem important to like Kerrigan. She's really important. She's the most important because of the prophecy. Like once they started the prophecy stuff, I still like it. I just think it got a little more meh.
But it was prophesized. It was foreseen.
But it wasn't mentioned at all in the first game.
It wasn't foreseen then.
Good point. That was 18 years ago. I'm looking at the cast of characters now, and Kerrigan and Raynor are both on there. They're the only 2 non-Protoss. So I expect Raynor will have a decently sized.
Do you think we're gonna? I can't remember her name, but there was that new queen on that Protoss ship.
I hope so. Oh, what was her name?
and she's all like, "Oh no, I can't psychically communicate with Kerrigan. We are now alone. Let's just go with the basic Zerg protocol of eat everything until more orders arrive."
No, didn't you take it a step further? She was like, "We're gonna go kill all the Protoss." She was like, "Fuck the Protoss, let's kill them all."
That's the prime Zerg sort of
directive.
That's what I was looking
Not anymore,
for.
though. Not with Kerrigan. Not with Primal Kerrigan, at least.
Yeah, but Primal Kerrigan's out of psionic range. So, like, okay, let's just fall back on the primary object.
I guess technically, if you played the campaign that way, she wasn't even Primal Kerrigan at that point. So.
No, she wasn't for me. She was still human Kerrigan.
So, I mean, it's cool. What was mentioned that we started talking about this? I already forgot. I keep forgetting. People, you guys need to keep me on track.
Kerrigan being so important.
Right. Also, they changed voice actresses for Kerrigan. I don't like Trista Helfer as much as the other lady.
Annotation to Necro's video. Boop. Right
what?
There.
Oh yeah, the one that I made in the middle of the night last night.
God, how do I know your video's better than you do?
Because I made that one like half asleep. I was talking about this and I was like, fuck it, I have YouTube. I'll just make a video on it, whatever. And so that I did.
You do have YouTube.
That.
I mean, it's a good indication of what I think White Kerrigan's better in the old games, but I don't know.
She was voiced by Glennis Talcon Campbell.
Yep. And I remember there was like a little bit of controversy when they were like, "We're making Starcraft 2," and she was like, "I didn't get a call." And Metzen was like, "Oh, I don't care. We want this new lady." The end. That was it. But I don't know. Okay. I think she sounds more evil with the other actress. But anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, well, but she was on Battlestar Galactica.
Back to Legacy of the Void.
There you go.
I've heard that, and Dunn, you're going to elaborate on this. They're bringing some new modes to Legacy of the Void.
Ah, yes, new modes.
At which point I will tell you that co-op is not the same as Archon mode.
It's the same.
Nope. Allied Commanders and Archon mode are two different things.
Ah, well, you didn't say Allied Commanders earlier. You said, oh yeah,
the subtitled as objective-based co-op.
Okay then. All right. Well, I will talk about Archon mode.
Yep.
And I shall quote from the Book of Cain, by which I mean the Starcraft website. Two heads are better than one. You and an ally share control over a single base to battle against two enemies in multiplayer action. Learn basic tactics from seasoned veterans, or amplify the power of a burgeoning all-star. Embody the spirit of the Archon and merge together to become a greater, unified force. Archon mode. So yeah,
why is this cool? Because I just see it as being like, if me and Necro were in the same head, controlling the same base, it would just be like a clusterfuck of like random stuff happening.
But that is because Necro would be like, I'm gonna
backdoor,
and then you would be like, no, mass carrier is the way forward, and then next thing you know, you've got no gas. That's what would happen then.
I think what would happen is Howie would be like, I want to do this thing, and I want to be like, I'm going to backdoor, and then Howie will be his PTSD will click in from when I was a dick and did that to us when we versed each other, and then I'll just shut down. I think we'd be dead.
I would just start attacking our own base. Like,
so basically, like it's sad that I'm bringing us back to point.
It is. Go ahead.
It seems, and I'm fairly sure it's in the beta, I just haven't played it. But basically, it's fundamentally the same as if me and Howie versus Necro and, I don't know, Brioris. We'll find Brioris. We'll dig him out of whatever Bronin hole he's tumbled into, and so it's time for StarCraft! And if we were playing a 2 versus 2 and share control, so I could build buildings on... I could build like Howie's shit, and Howie could build my shit, except there's not two bases, it's just the same base. And I know EG's in control, Jeff. Every now and again he'd be like, oh yeah, well I'm doing the stream and doing a competition, and for prizes I'll give you like a 2-hour sponsoring, not like a tutor period. I will teach you how to StarCraft. I'm really good at StarCraft and I will teach you. So this is a really good mode for doing that. And I quote once again, learn basic tactics from a seasoned veteran. So basically, I can use this to teach both Howie and Necro to play StarCraft. but only one at a time.
I know how to play Starcraft, I just don't want to get better. I have no desire to get better.
Yeah, I can't put in the time commitment to get better.
It's like, I'm not Korean, so this game is enough.
RTS has stressed me out, so I don't play them competitively.
You will, and you know you will.
Plus, according to some, this is a dying esport, so...
Wait, who said that?
Like, everybody.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what did everyone say?
StarCraft 2 is a dying esport.
Oh, yeah, but they've been saying that since StarCraft 2 became an esport.
I also just watched what were the finals of whatever tournament there just was that the guy won 30 grand at, so I don't know if it's... I mean...
Well, I'll tell you... Okay, I'll advise... I'll change my statement.
I'm not saying you said it, so you don't have to, like,
yeah.
defend...
No, but basically what I've heard... This is what I've just heard, just, you know, listening to different things, is that the esports scene for StarCraft 2 has been getting less and less views as time goes on, which is expected, that there was a big drop-off between Heart of the Swarm and now, just because it's, you know, different time, more things move in. And that, I don't know, everyone's just kind of wondering if Legacy of the Void will provide enough new stuff for people to be like, yeah, I want to see this again.
What was the, Well, it was the WCS finals when the cinematic released, so...
Yeah, it was.
What was the prize pool? 30,000?
30 grand.
And it was Protoss versus Protoss as well.
Yep.
Which was kind of cool.
Which I also think it's also part of that high stakes thing, like 30 grand compared to like some of these other games that are offering millions of dollars.
Yeah, but that's millions of dollars divided by 5, so...
Yeah, well, I mean...
Also, isn't that usually like the finals? This was like a qualifier to get to the next level or whatever.
Yeah, because the finals are always at BlizzCon, so...
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I just think that esport of StarCraft 2 seems to be less popular than almost every other MOBA / other competitive scenes. But maybe that's just not the same market as it is. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I mean, I think that's always been the case because StarCraft 2, it's like things like Dota and stuff are you can watch it and sort of know. You don't need to know the game to sort of understand it. You can watch it like, oh, that dude just beat up that dude, so that's good. But with StarCraft 2, there's a bit more nuance to it.
Yeah, also Valve has gotten really good at doing newbie streams, so if you don't know what's going on, you can watch that, for Dota at least, and be like, oh, and people are explaining like why this ability is better against this. I think Starcraft actually could use something like that. I don't know if there is one, but maybe like a second stream where it's like people who know what they're talking about explaining why this is a good counter to that, or why a move that someone did is good or bad.
Oh, what's his name? He used to do it.
But people are moving so fast in StarCraft, I don't even know what's happening, and I know how the game is played. I'm like, I don't know. He's just doing some bunch of clicks, menus, and UIs flying all over the place.
He's Tasteless's brother.
I don't know. I was never into watching. I don't really watch it competitively a lot.
What's his name? He does the Magic the Gathering show on Geek and Sundry. Day 9 TV.
It's his brother? I didn't know that.
Yeah, him and Tasteless are the... I think it's Tasteless.
I don't know.
Or is it Artosis? It's Artosis, sorry.
I say Artosis sounds right.
No! Nick. No, by Tasteless. Yeah, Tasteless.
I don't know.
You've confused me between those two
people.
I
don't know.
Now, so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Artosis is Dan Stemkowski, and Tasteless is Nicholas Plott.
Why am I caring about this again?
Because Day 9 is Sean Plott.
Because Day 9 used to do like a breakdown.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I don't know. Does Day 9 still do stuff like that? I know Husky doesn't do that stuff anymore.
Oh, God, what does Husky do anything anymore?
No, I think he stopped doing YouTube.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Day 9 is more focused on Magic on Geek and Sundry, I think.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not into the multiplayer. Maybe if I was, I would care more about the professional players. But there's something about when I'm looking... This is how I feel when I watch StarCraft 2 esports. I don't know what's happening. Even though I can play the game and I can tell you, like maybe like a minute after it happens, why that makes sense. Like, I'm just like, I will never, ever be this good. I don't have the finger speed or dexterity or the knowledge or reflex times to do this. And when I see things like Smite or Dota, I'm like, yeah, you know, they're just playing smart. They're just, you know, it's only a couple button pushes. Maybe their right clicks, maybe their movement is a little bit fast and reflexy, but for the most part, it's just knowing what to build and when to do things. And it's a much slower game. But also, I don't get my butt handed to me every time I play a Starcraft or a non-Starcraft game.
Right.
But not Starcraft, you mean like MOBA?
Anything, and literally any other multiplayer
any other
online
type of
game. Maybe with the exception of World of Warcraft arenas, and even then I might do better in those than I do in Starcraft 2.
By the way, Howie, Legion, Arena.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I'm calling
it's gonna
it now.
happen because we don't need there's no PvP gear anymore. There'll be PvP talents.
Doesn't matter.
I'm still
and Howie will want to do them because it will unlock some cool weapon skins.
Quote me right now, everybody listening. Not gonna happen. I'll get back to you when Legion's in. I'll tell you how it's going.
You've watched best PvP on US realms, UK based.
All right. Back to Starcraft.
Okay. Yeah, I say there's also another mode that there's two other things. I'll quickly just mention the automated tournaments. Basically, it's exactly what it says. There's going to be random tournaments for all kind of skill levels, and you'll just enter in them and win stuff, I guess.
I think that could be fun.
Yeah, that could be fun. It gives you more of an incentive to play, because if it's at all levels, if they're like, okay, you can only enter this tournament if you're a bronze.
I guess you'll have to do your placement matches and get a league, and then it'll say bronze tournament starts in 50 minutes. Like, oh shit. Let's race there and catch that Mewtwo.
Yeah. And then, that'll be pretty cool, and then they also have Allied Commanders, objective-based co-op. I'll just read the description off of the website. Take command in a brand new co-op game mode where you find a friend fight hosts, where you and a friend fight hosts of enemies in action-packed, objective-driven missions. Master the art of war with StarCraft legends such as Jim Raynor, Sarah Kerrigan, and Hierarch Artanis, and use their unique talents to turn the tide of battle in your favor. Level up to unlock additional units and new abilities, including exclusive team powers. For deployment information, click here.
Would you like to see Artanis' team power? What the fuck I was just talking about? Warp in units instantly into battle. What did I say about the cinematic? I guarantee you that was going to be in something. Ding, found it.
Yeah, that's cool. I think, honestly, what they've done, and this kind of goes into the esports thing, they realized that StarCraft does not retain casual players past the
I don't
campaign.
know, the arcade can...
The arcade, I would say, might hold them for a little bit longer, but how many people are still on the arcade? I was on 2 weeks ago, and I was picking the most popular games, and it would take me almost 10 minutes to find a lobby.
Yeah.
So,
I used to play, it's weird, because Sorry, go ahead.
I say, so no one seems like they're doing it. And if they are, they're probably already pre-parties that are playing together and not really looking for an online social thing in StarCraft Arcade.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that with, the tournaments, just always that there are always these missions, and you can just choose, the best people, and you don't have to worry about many things except for your own people, and you can kind of co-op against the AI. And on top of just the regular multiplayer, they're going for, we want you to have plenty of things to do, even after the campaign.
I'm looking at this, because I've never looked at Allied Commanders a lot. I remember them talking about it when they first announced Legion, or Legacy. It looks really cool now that I'm looking at some of the stuff people can do.
Yeah, this is definitely a thing. That you finish the campaign, and I'll be like, Necro, you want to do some Allied Commanders? But done, and everyone's going to be like, yeah.
And then I'll be like, no! Ultimate tournament starts in 15 minutes.
And that could be a thing, too. And you'll be like, oh, tournament. And I would like it if they added an ability for me to watch. Maybe even on a delay or something.
Well, there's still the replay system. And if there's one thing I know, it's that Howie is quite the brilliant StarCraft storyteller.
What?
For what?
Remember all the videos that you casted? And I will be... No, narrator. You were the narrator.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot that.
And as I said, we'll get Rioris back.
No, we
Make him put on his tie again.
He fell into his brony hole.
Oh, God, no. He just emerges every now and again.
He does. He, weeks at a time, then he'll just pop out and say, one comment in Skype, and I'm like, oh, Rioris is here. There he goes.
The thing is, it's not always related to something that's been said recently. It may be related to something that was said, 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
So, by the way, I think you're wrong about this thing that you said 2 weeks ago, and here's why. Link. Link to a website. And then you'd be like, Rioris, shut up. And he does. So actually, maybe he's just learned to pay, to follow instructions.
Well, I'm not going to go there. Yes, You're right.
But I mean, I think we can all agree that that's going to be a good mode. And I don't know, unless there's anything else to talk about, I think we can do closing comments of Legacy of the Void.
Sure.
It'll be cool. I don't know. We're also running out of time, so.
It's true. Well, I know you want to get to Kingdom Hearts, so we're going to keep this under an hour. So.
Not if I have anything to do with it.
I mean, go. I don't want to go first.
Oh, no. First. One thing that we haven't really touched on, is this the end of Starcraft as we know it?
I think I brought it up before, and then I think we all agree that the answer is no.
Yeah. It makes too much cash monies.
Yeah, and that's about it. Like, it's one of their main branches. They're not going to just stop.
If the Warcraft movie is successful, can we expect to see Starcraft joining the cinematic universe?
More interested in seeing a Starcraft movie over a Warcraft movie, honestly. As much as I'm excited for the Warcraft movie, for some reason Starcraft would appeal more to me. I don't know why right now.
I agree with that. But do they have a lot of expanded universe that they can just kind of go into, or would they have to retell a story?
There's a lot of expanded stuff for Starcraft that I did a video. I'm sorry, I cut you off, John, again. But
no, go ahead.
Because in my last video I asked would people want to watch a Starcraft lore video, and like everyone was like yes. So I was looking up stuff just to like begin writing a script for it, and there's a lot more secondary stuff than I thought, and a lot of it's really interesting. Just reading like a wiki about it. So.
Yeah, but keep in mind, this is just in the Capruli sector. Yeah. There's other sectors of space, like if they had needed to make up like a whole fucking different story for a movie, and like kind of like Final Fantasy Spirits Within, it's like, well, it's Final Fantasy. They could set a StarCraft movie in a different sector of space. It's like, well, you know it's StarCraft because there's Protoss.
But let's be honest.
You also look at something like Mass Effect, too.
Right. But also, let's be honest, if you heard StarCraft movie and you went there and there was like no Raynor or no Kerrigan or no any of the famous characters, I'd be pretty upset about that, actually.
If there were cameos, I wouldn't be upset. Like, if they were fighting the Zerg and you just kind of heard the voice of Kerrigan, like, as an ominous voice, like, from the sky.
No, because they set up as a 3-film thing. Like, the first film, like, people, like, there's just, like, Terran people, and then they're like, oh, man, Kerrigan, did you hear what happened over in the Capruli sector? That shit was off the hook. And then Kerrigan doesn't show up, first film. Second film, like, at the end of the second film, or, like, at the midpoint, like, oh shit moment, Kerrigan appears, like, just steps out of some shadows, and there's, I'm the Swarm, and like, oh shit.
I think it would have to be like how Star Wars is doing the new trilogy, where there's a lot of cameos in the first movie, but Harrison Ford is, like, a main character. He's, like, the only one who's, like, a main character in the first movie of the new trilogy. I think they'd have to have, like, one famous character at least one who was a big part of the movie. But otherwise I'd be fine with like everyone else being in the background.
I don't know, it could be done.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I also think a Diablo movie would be quite good.
I don't know how well a movie called Diablo would sell.
No, you know, like that, remember that animated thing that came out where Imperius killed Diablo and then nothing came of it?
That was cool.
What the fuck happened with that?
Nothing.
I think it was just another thing, like, because they're doing a lot of that lately. They're doing it with Legacy 2 coming out, like a Lords of War thing about it. Just more secondary advertising for their game.
the Lords of War thing, like, made sense. The Lords of War, and the Trolls of whatever the Pandoran Emperor's name is, Shao.
Legacy of the Void makes sense, because they're all kind of separate, and if you did one on each of the main commanders of the Protoss.
Yeah, but my point is, what did the Diablo one achieve?
It set up Diablo's grand plan that you find out at the end of Diablo 3. That he orchestrated, like, literally everything in the series so far. I think it was because at the very end, when Imperius kills him, he says something like, blah, 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 haha, my plan. And then the other angels were like, no, what'd you do? Something like that.
Yes.
Good.
Fucking
anyway.
dumb is what it was.
Closing comments.
You didn't? Okay. Yeah, let's keep going.
Closing comments. I will make them.
Oh, I thought you were going first and then you went off in a
tangent.
Go ahead, Don.
No, that was dead space, so I'm filling it. I am looking forward to playing the game, and I will play it, and you can watch me play it on my YouTube channel, and the link is down in the thingamabob.
God, Don.
I mean, it's technically the end, so...
It is the end.
Yeah,
I'm not actually mad. I'm just... I find it funny.
Yeah.
If I've learned one thing from the YouTubes and the Jesse Coxes of the world and the Crendors, it's that I've got to advertise.
Right. So your closing thought is, it looks good, I'm going to play it.
Yes.
Good. Okay, Howie?
Looks good. I think I'm going to play it. And I think it's going to hold my attention more or longer than Heart of the Swarm did. With some of these new modes, maybe it's going to push me to want to be better. And play more.
For like a month. And then we'll organise a tournament.
Think about it. No. Just with the multiplayer of Heart of the Swarm, we played for like 2 months afterwards.
Okay, we got to get Tyranor back.
I still talk to him like every day. So.
Okay,
yeah, he does the Lorefax videos for him.
Get him in on this.
Not anymore. I did my last one a couple weeks ago.
Get him in on this, and then I can meet him in the finals again. And beat
him
him with the
You just want him to get angry and make him quit.
Yes.
Alright, before
okay. So, Necro, how do you think it looks, and do you want to play it?
No, we're not at the plugs yet. I was going to ask a question. I was going to say, so, since I like to talk about story stuff, I'm going to ask you guys a story question based on what you think is going to happen. Do you think, after Legacy the Void is over, Kerrigan is still alive? Both of you.
Because there must always be a Queen of Blades.
But she's been grooming, what's-her-face, to take over when she dies.
Zagara.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that'd be an awesome mission if Zagara decides that now is the time to strike, and you've got to help Kerrigan fight Zagara.
I think all the main people are going to be alive, and some of the Protoss people are going to die. And
like Zeratul.
Yeah, I see more Protoss people dying than like Kerrigan or Raynor or anything.
I actually could see Zeratul dying, because he did what he set out to do, was to warn everybody about the prophecy. And so he pretty much has done that at this point.
Yeah, his job is done. He can die.
I don't know. I could actually. I think Kerrigan's gonna die, because I think she's gonna die. Because once again, the Starcraft story is cliche, and Kerrigan's like the prophesized one. She's gonna die stopping Amon.
No, she won't die.
She's gonna stop him, but she'll be dead.
She won't die. Jim might die.
No, if she dies, okay, wait.
Jim Starcraft.
Okay, here we go. I figured it out. She dies. Zerg get loose again from her control.
Starcraft.
Havoc breaks. Basically, story is now reset with the Zerg being evil and uncontrolled. Starcraft 3.
No. Okay, Kerrigan dies. Kerrigan dies, and then Artanis is like, such a heavy burden. It must be mine.
What does he rips off Kerrigan's wings and then puts them on his own back?
No, the
Dreadlocks.
Dreadlocks.
Always be a Queen of Blades.
The Dreadlocks.
What are you, Scalper?
Yes.
He puts it on his own head.
And then Jim, who got midway through the campaign, who got like burnt by like he was on char for some reason.
He fell in the lava, but was saved before he died.
He didn't step on higher ground in time.
Yeah, that's what happens. He's all like, "No, Artanis, it is a heavy burden that you bear, buddy, but it is not yours. But it is mine."
I will be the jailer of the Zerg.
I remember you, James. You will not be forgotten, James Raynor. And then he goes, I must be forgotten. Tell them only that the Queen of Blades is dead. And then the voice will change. And Jim Raynor died with him. and then we have StarCraft 3. And then, when that needs an expansion... Wrath of the Queen of Blades 2.
King of Blades.
The Jim of Blades.
No.
Beyblades.
He's still... Oh, God, I hope no one heard that on the recording.
No.
Sorry.
Was that the sound of your jaw hitting the floor? We've been spitting some fat truths.
I was looking at Twitter, and someone posted a clip of the Republican debate going on. It just started auto-playing, and I was like, oh, shit! I heard Donald Trump really loud for 2 seconds.
I've done that several times in this video. I kept going to Husky's YouTube channel. So every now and again you might hear, it's Hedge to the Husky.
Okay, we're done. I think we're done today.
No, I'm done.
I think... Right. I think it's going to be good. I'm really excited.
Are you going to play it, though?
Oh, of course I'm going to play it. I think, especially since, once again, Warlords has disappointed me so much, I really got into StarCraft, the story at least, over the last, 2 years. Like I just said, I went and replayed StarCraft 1 and Brood War in the StarCraft 2 mod called Mass Recall. And I'm really digging. I'm excited to see how the story ends. And to echo what Howie said at the beginning, because I don't think I actually said this, the cinematic really made me feel like Yeah, Protoss for like the first time ever, and I'm really excited to see what they do with that because Protoss have a lot of cool characters that we don't know a lot about yet, like Celendis. I think she's cool. So, Legacy of the Void. Now. Yes, you can do your plug. All right, fine. Fuck's sake. Plugs. Do your
Necro,
plugs.
Don't you know the only reason we do this is to advertise our own shit?
Yes.
God.
So as people on your channel know, you will be starting the Metal Gear Solid 5, which we've already recorded.
Yeah, it's all done. We recorded like all 800 episodes.
Now what we are filming and going to be putting up is our co-op playthrough of Kane and Lynch 2 Dog Days. So expect to see that after
I didn't think we were announcing that today, Howie. Damn it.
Yeah, after the Metal Gear Solid 5 playthrough, that's the next coming up next.
You say all this. You say all this, and then some dude in the comments will go, I'd watch that. And you get like 3 episodes in, and then that's all that's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, no, but...
Also, for a second then, Howie, I genuinely thought that you looked like Duke Devlin.
What?
I was looking at Skype, I was like, yeah, that's what Howie looks like, and then I was like, hang on a second.
That's a picture of Duke Devlin.
Oh my! So is that your plug, Howie? Is that all you want to plug?
Howie doesn't have pierced ears.
Was our Kane and Lynch playthrough that we're starting?
Kane and Lynch 2 Dog Days.
Okay, done. Say your same shit again for the 3rd time.
Okay, watch my Shadowrun playthrough. It is almost done at time of recording. It'll probably be done by the time this is out. I actually need to refilm the last episode because it goes to a credit roll, and then I'm just sort of talking for a bit. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just going to wait till the credits roll, just see if there's like a post-credit scene, because the Marvel Universe taught me that post-credit scenes. And then after like 7 minutes of just sit there sort of making small talk, I realised that the credits were on a loop. So I've got to refilm all of that. I was like, wow, I'm like, is this like listing every individual Kickstarter backer or something? This is really fucking long. And then I'm like, hang on a sec. Like, I know, I'll just go get a sandwich, I'll stop recording, and then I'll start recording again when I get back, because it will have finished. And it was still going. I was like, hang on a second.
Why don't you just edit that out? Just edit the end of it.
That's not the way he does it.
That's not the way I do things.
Okay.
I own up to my mistakes like I'm mad. On a podcast on a completely different channel. Yeah,
there you go. So that's done. Go watch his channel. He's also doing other shit that he said he's starting, what I already forgot. What are you doing else? That game that's coming out tomorrow?
Swords Coast Legends 2, not 2. Swords Coast Legends, the game.
The early event?
I think it's like N3. It's based in the D&D 5th edition rule set, so it's very familiar to my tabletop games, which I play. And also there'll be Starcraft 2 by the time I finish that, because I'm sure I can finish that by the time that comes out. And I guess because no one else will have goddamn BlizzCon, I will do some BlizzCon stuff. It might just be like a picture of my face with me reacting to things. So if you want to just sit there watching hours of videos of me going, oh my god, that's so good, and then Harry going, what's so good? Because I'm obviously going to be in Skype when it happens.
I don't think...
What's so good? I don't understand. It's like, it's so good.
So your plan is to just be live streaming the BlizzCon thing and recording your face reactions, like in a webcam?
Yes. That is it.
Okay, got it.
I might stream that live, actually.
That's cool.
Just my face going, oh, it's so good, what's so good? This thing's so good. But even if I don't stream it, you should definitely follow me on Twitter, because I will live tweet the shit out of that.
Yep, that's at whatever that is, because I also put that in
the Dunder King
description below. Yep. So there we go. That was our.
Are we over an hour?
Our somewhat episode about Starcraft.
No, hang on a second. Hang on a second.
Okay, you got like under a minute. So how are you going to stretch this out to be over an hour?
Just hang on a second.
No, I'm not going to let you sit there with dead air. You gotta, if you're going to distract us, you got to at least say some
hang on
shit.
A second. Okay, you can stop wrapping up now.
Okay. I mean, I'm the one who's putting it together, so I'm still under an hour. But that's us, everybody. The podcast where we fucking ramble on about nonsense. I'm Necroxus, joined as always by Howie and Dunn, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Toodaloo.
something toodaloo.
Something toodaloo.
Okay, we're done.